Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
Hello, this is DK Singh and you are watching Politically Correct, my weekly show. In this episode, I'm going to talk about how the Gandhi family has put Punjab Chief Minister Captain Amarinder Singh on a virtual public trial, I would say. I'm calling it a public trial because, the way the Chief Minister was summoned to Delhi last Friday to depose before a three-member committee set up by Sonia Gandhi last month, following complaints by Navjot Singh Sidhu and a few other detractors of the Chief Minister. You don't treat your Chief Minister like this, especially when you're dealing with such a senior leader like Captain Amarinder Singh. It's not the first time that such a committee has been set up. So last year also we saw how a committee was set up in Rajasthan as a form of compromise between Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot and his then former deputy Sachin Pilot and 18 other MLAs. That committee was meant to kind of look into the grievances and settle those issues. It has been 10 months. If that committee has met, nobody has any idea. Forget about summoning Ashok Gehlot to Delhi to depose before any committee. Nothing has happened even in Jaipur. But I'm not saying Ashok Gehlot should be summoned. All I'm suggesting is when you're dealing with some senior leaders, there are ways of doing that. Because if you summon a chief minister or somebody like Captain Amarinder Singh to Delhi like this and defend himself against those charges, you are basically humiliating him. It's probably the first time that, in my memory, in fact, that I have seen the Congress president setting up a committee like this in Delhi, following complaints by some detractors of a chief minister, and then the chief minister is called to Delhi to defend himself before the committee. It might have happened, sometime in the past, but probably I don't remember. Anyway, so what is so big deal about this? It becomes a big deal because there is this clear sense in the Congress, in Punjab Congress and here in Delhi, that the High Command is behind the move. It's not about detractors. It's about a tussle between the Congress High Command and the Punjab Chief Minister. Tussle in the sense, not that Punjab Chief Minister is a rebel. He remains a loyalist. But the High Command wants to change it. The spin doctors of the party will tell you that, Captain Singh would be turning 80 by the time elections are over next year. And he should be working on a succession plan. But fact is, Amarinder Singh remains the most popular Congress leader in Punjab even today. And he remains the face. And the Congress party talking about this age factor is a bit rich. So of course there should be a succession plan, but that's not the idea behind this trial. Because there is a history to it. If you look at it, in 2017 also, Rahul Gandhi did not want Captain Amarinder Singh to become the Chief Ministerial face. But because he had no option, Congress was left with no choice. The High Command had to actually yield to it. And Amarinder Singh went on to become the Chief Minister. This time actually the High Command started playing this politics much before the elections. In fact, long before the elections, I'm talking about last year, you have seen how Rahul Gandhi's lieutenants have been training their guns at Amarinder Singh. So in I think August last year, you had this huge tragedy in Punjab. And you saw Congress MPs submitting a memorandum to the governor demanding a CBI inquiry into liquor mafia in the state. I mean, have you ever seen such things happening? In a party-ruled state, a party MP is demanding a CBI inquiry into the suggested lapses of the state government. So, look at the cast of characters who were involved then. So you had people like, say, you had Pratap Singh Bajwa, Samsher Singh Dhillon. Now, the Dhillon and Bajwa, they were all Rajya Sabha nominees, in fact, picked up by Rahul Gandhi. Then you had somebody like MP Ravneet Singh Bittu, a former Youth Congress leader. Then you had Amarinder Singh Raja, another former Youth Congress leader. They were all Rahul Gandhi lieutenants. So when you see Rahul Gandhi lieutenants targeting the Chief Minister consistently, publicly, with impunity, you know what is happening, who is behind the game. Then we are talking about Navjot Singh Sidhu. Sidhu is not a family loyalist as such. All of us know that he joined the Congress before the assembly election in 2017, went on to become a minister in the Amrinder Singh government, but fell out very soon. And for the past 3-4 weeks now, he has been publicly attacking Amrinder Singh and accusing him of running a mafia Raj, being hand in glove with brothels and all that. So, in normal circumstances, you would see the party taking disciplinary action against such leaders because you are maligning your own Congress government. But no, in the Congress, it does not happen that way. In the Congress, just the opposite happens. Somebody who is maligning the Congress and the chief minister, he is given legitimacy by the Congress president, who sets up a committee and actually invites Sidhu and other MLAs to come and complain against the chief minister. That happens only in the Congress, actually. Talking about Sidhu, because he was once my favorite cricketer, so let me talk more about him. Somehow, he has always had problems with his captain. So if you recall in 1996, in that England tour, Sidhu had walked out in a half. He returned to India. It was much later that we learned from former BCCI Secretary J.Y. Lille's book that there was a huge misunderstanding. As Sidhu told Mohinder Amarnath, Azharuddin would be calling him Make. And Sidhu thought that Azharuddin was abusing him all the time. It was much later, after damage had been done, the BCCI had been embarrassed, Azharuddin had been embarrassed, everybody had been embarrassed. Much later, that Sidhu tells this to Mohinder Amarnath, and Mohinder Amarnath says, Maki is like in Hyderabadi, it's an expression that you use for your dear ones. It's like it's translated as, the mother's dear child. So usually it's a very naughty way of addressing your friends. You say Make, Make. That's what Mohinder Amarnath told Sidhu, as mentioned in that book. But then, everything was sorted out. But then look at the embarrassment Sidhu caused with his impulsive action. And we have seen, like, when he decides to, how often he's called as, his penchant for hitting sixes. We saw it as a cricketer. He would just jump out of the crease to hit the ball. And now in politics, when you have a Gandhi keeping their stumps, you can easily cross the crease, jump out of the crease, and feel a bit secure about it also because you know who is behind the stumps. That's what Sidhu is doing now. And he has been very ambitious. If you recall, after he joined politics, he joined the BJP. In 2014, the BJP decided to give his Amritsar seat to Arun Jaitley. That upset Sidhu so much that he did not even campaign for Jaitley. And all of us know how Jaitley went on to lose. Anyway, so BJP tried to kind of mollify him by nominating him to the Rajya Sabha. But Sidhu was not to be mollified because as political analysts in Punjab tell you that Sidhu could see his opportunity. He's a Jat Sikh, he's popular, he's a good speaker. He thought that he did not have much future in the BJP as long as the BJP was a partner of the Shiromani Akali Dal, because BJP would be given just 21 seats, 21 odd seats there, 20 odd seats in Punjab in every election as a junior partner. So if you want to become a chief ministerial candidate, BJP was not the party. So he started pressurizing the party into breaking that alliance, which did not happen, which has happened now, of course. But then we are talking about 2016. He quit the BJP, and then he was negotiating with Arvind Kejriwal. Sidhu actually wanted to become the AAP's chief ministerial candidate in Punjab, which Kejriwal, of course, did not agree to. So that did not work out. Then finally he came to the Congress. Of course, as long as Amrinder Singh is there, Sidhu does not have a chance. He knows that. And that's why you see this rebellion by him with the backing of the High Command. Now, High Command may have some succession plan in its mind, but then humiliating your chief minister just 8 months before the election is probably an attempt for political harakiri. I mean, look at this. Next year, you have 5 states going into elections. You have Uttarakhand, UP, of course, Punjab, Goa, and Manipur. That's in February, March. Later, say in October, November, you have Gujarat and Himachal Pradesh also going to polls. But the thing is, when you have 5 states going to polls in February and March, Punjab happens to be the state where Congress seems to be very comfortably placed right now because Shiromani Akali Dal is on the political margins today over the controversial agri laws. Because they were part of the NDA, they lost out completely. They were already on slippery ground in Punjab, but those laws actually did them in. That was like final nail in the coffin, as you say. Shiromani Akali Dal is totally lost today in Punjab. Aam Aadmi Party, all splintered, faction ridden. It's totally disorganized in Punjab today. Congress is comfortably placed, although Arminder Singh played it very sensibly, I would say, because he supported a farmers' agitation. At the same time, he was coordinating with the center and also with the moderate section of the farmers to kind of bring this agitation to an end. So he was stuck also because the Congress High Command wanted. You have seen how Rahul Gandhi and company, they have been publicly supporting this agitation. They don't want this agitation to be over. Arminder Singh, as the chief minister, knew the pitfalls. He wanted it to be over. But somehow he was caught between the two, between Rahul Gandhi and his pragmatic politics there. He has managed it so far, and Congress looks like very comfortably placed. But then, as I say, the family is back to its tricks. So why is the Congress High Command behaving the way it is? Of course, it's not a succession plan. We have discussed how Rahul Gandhi loyalists have been targeting Arminder Singh. Obviously, Rahul Gandhi does not want Arminder Singh. But why? It's very interesting because, Arminder Singh was brought into the Congress by Rajiv Gandhi. He was senior to Rajiv Gandhi in Doon School. They became friends. Then Rajiv Gandhi finally brought him into the Congress. But now, Rahul Gandhi does not feel comfortable with him at all. Actually, this apocryphal story, I would say, the story is that, somebody from the AICC went to meet Arminder Singh. He was trying to mediate. He said, why don't you call Rahul Ji? Why do you call him Rahul? Arminder Singh said, look, he should be calling me uncle because I am senior to his father. I was senior to his father in school. So that's how the equations go. Arminder Singh is somebody who is popular. He knows his ability and he has that mass base and he has a mind of his own. That is something that does not work out for the High Command somehow in the Congress. Rahul Gandhi or Priyanka Gandhi, they should have learnt lessons from history. When the Congress's downfall started from a time when Indira Gandhi started undermining all the regional satraps. She probably had some reasons too. If you remember, she had to fight with the syndicate for years. The old guards, she had to fight consistently with them. She emerged victorious, but then in the process, she learned this bitter lesson, or she had this, her experience was so bitter that she decided to actually keep all the regional satraps who were just puppets, her puppets, not very powerful. Those who are popular should not be there because they become a big threat. Because if you recall that entire syndicate comprised powerful regional leaders with mass base. And that was why Indira Gandhi was finding it so difficult to fight with them. So Indira Gandhi managed to beat these veterans, but then because of a bitter experience, she went on to undermine most of the popular regional satraps. Rajiv Gandhi did the same thing, and then Sonia Gandhi and entire family has been doing it through decades. This is what exactly the Gandhi family is trying to do now with Amrinder Singh. Congress that Indira Gandhi led or Rajiv Gandhi led was different from the one that Sonia Gandhi is leading or Rahul Gandhi will be leading. This Congress is much weaker. It is actually staring at an existential crisis. And still, if Rahul Gandhi decides to emulate his grandmother or father, it's his choice, but then it may turn out to be political harakiri or political suicide for the Congress, at least in Punjab. That's all from me in this episode. Thank you for watching.